but it's always evolving. And it's great to see you guys. I know there are several regulars that come in here and do all this stuff, but I'm going to do something tonight that I've never done, and that's attempt to do some kind of stand-up, because I've never done this before. So I don't know what the hell's going to happen, but we'll see, you know? And there are so many licks around here that I don't know where to begin. So let's start behind me. I was looking at this, and man, them were the days. You know, even your tired recorder of glasses. You know, it's changed a little bit now. Now it's just get the hell out of here. You know, and you know, we all know the story, and I don't need to go into presidential jokes, but I do have an announcement which I thought was really interesting. Trump is doing so well now, you know, with the economy and with industry, that they're actually allowing him to have a commemorative note made after him. And basically it will be his likeness on a $13 bill, and it will say, "My God, who can we trust?" But, you know, I think things have been, you know, funny, and it's always light. But that is one of my favorite pieces in Torrington. I work at 5 Points, and we have these great galleries on Water Street here. We're trying to turn this place and make it happen. And then I hear Brooke's story about Mississippi. How do you compete with that? I mean, my God. Where do we live? I mean, compared to that, this is Borington Patheticate. Not really. But what is really cool is that John started, if you don't know the story, and if you do, just listen to it anyway. And that is, you know, he found this mattress. I don't know if you were trying to clean up the river or something like ecologically good. You yanked this thing out. It only had one piece when I first saw it. And now it's got all sorts of shit on it. It's got like Santa Claus and little balls and you know, the history, as you were saying, the history of cell phones. It's like the history of Torrington. Now, I don't know if you heard the latest thing that they found in the river last night. And, you know, this isn't too, you know, funny, but they found, someone looked and said, "Oh boy, there's another thing John can put on the little coils." And it was 2 boots sticking up. Unfortunately, it looked really tempting, and I thought you might be the one who found it, by the way. But there was a body attached. And I guess it was from a used car dealer or something, and he was just bummed out he couldn't sell cars or something. And he couldn't make his quota. And he probably had to put for a, you know, for a boss and jump in. I don't know what the hell. These just boots sticking up. I thought that was like really cool. You know, movie material there. So that's what's been going on. That's like a history of Torrington right there. And all the stuff that has kind of floated down the river, and I just think it's an awesome thing. What hasn't been, though, really is my day, in my last 48 hours. And sometimes it's hard being a dad. I love my kids. But, you know, kids are expensive. And they kind of, you know, how do we get through life? We fucking mistake our way through our life. And I still am doing it, as you can tell. You know? So, my son calls, and I know he's being really nice and poignant. He calls me from Europe. And he should be on his way, kind of going down to the Balkans, studying abroad, doing all this stuff. And he says, "I'm in Croatia." "Why are you in Croatia? I don't remember you telling me about that." Well, he got stopped in Croatia with something that he didn't think was a problem there. And I said, "Well, that's okay." I'd be like, "What was it?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just this kind of like, this thing he bought in a health food store. And they had just made it illegal." And it was, but I said, "Okay, well, was it a little bit?" And it was about the size of the Wheatie box. So this is a felon, a legal substance, and you're calling me, telling me you've got something the size of a fucking Wheatie box? Well, I'm on the other side of the Atlantic, my friend. Why were you calling? You're fucked. You know I'm calling, Dad. Like I always call you. You're the greatest dad in the world because you always send me money. All right, okay. I'm going to bail your ass off for the last time. Because prison sucks here, man. You got to do something. I mean, it just compared to the other places. This sucks. So, okay, you got to do it as your son. You know, sometimes you just want to leave him in there and hope he, grows up. But no, he will die in that way. So this is easy. What you're going to do is simply go to your account, and you're going to do some ACH thing, and you're going to, that probably is just adding to this. summons. When you look in your goddamn rear mirror and see this fucking flashlight and a truck the size of a building coming at you, you don't realize it's a fire in progress? You know, I mean, or maybe you could tone it down a little bit. You know, but this always happens. Or, you know, someone's coming with a poignant story about something. You know, I mean, must we? Anyway, so I decided to sell Will his, you know, send him the stuff. But you can't just do that. You can't just like wire like you can around here, you know, because the currency is messed. And then it turns out our country has this huge fucking problem with Croatia because they're laundering money. They tell me. And I said, "Oh, you know, if the fucking money's clean, give it to me. That's okay, isn't it? Laundering, it's cleaner. You know, just give him the money." But I can't get it to him because of all these dumb methods you have to do. So finally, the last resort this morning, after like 3 days of not sleeping, just trying to get him some money for bail, is just to simply send him a Western Union. Why didn't I think of that? I could have started there. Just Western Union it. And that's weird because you just send it someplace and they just pick it up. Now, if you know, anybody can just kind of pick it up too. But anyway, we come up with this crazy amount of cash, and I bring it to this Western Union girl at the supermarket, because that's where she was. What I loved about her is nothing ever changed in her expression. And I'm like, well, how do I get the money from my thing to the Western Union thing? And she goes, well, there's, you know, different ways. Yeah, okay, like one. Name me one. Can I use my MasterCard? That makes sense. No. You have to use a bank card. Fine. I'll just plug it in. Just a moment, please. And she hands me this thing. You know what that means? It means, like my son, I'm fucked. It's like, why is that doing that? So I run to the bank, or actually ride, you know, speeding like the fire truck. Get out of my way! I get to the bank, and like, it doesn't work, nothing works. And, oh, your card? Well, you can only take out like $50 every day. What are you talking about? Yes, there's a limit. Well, I need to take out like $2,000. Well, that'll be several days then. You can give them $50 a day. No, they don't take money in installments.